So this morning I'm joined by the beautiful Sally, and anyone who was on one of my earlier events, Sally very generously shared her crewing capabilities for a couple of my online events, particularly the Power of Story events. So I wanted to invite Sally in because she's an interior designer and she loves creating spaces that help you connect your emotions to your home. So Sally is the founder of the Stylish Home Decorator. She's a mother of three, a wife, and a lover of creating beautiful spaces in her home and for others. Sally wants to share her passion, knowledge, and experience of interior styling. Sally loves inspiring people to discover their own personal style and helps empower them to take steps to embrace that style in their own homes, creating their interior style into a tranquil and cozy space whilst igniting their creative flair. That sounds pretty special. Her mission is to help everyone realize that no matter the size of their space or budget, they can design a home they are happy to wake up in each and every day. So Sally, I'd love to know a little bit more about you behind the Stylish Home Decorator, like who you are and what got you so passionate about working in this space.
Sure, absolutely. Well, like you said, I'm a mother of three and I'm a wife. We live on the land in Esk, Queensland. So that's about an hour northwest of Toowoomba for those who haven't heard of Esk before. Look, I originally come back from a corporate background, and we purchased the property in Esk whilst I was working in a Queensland Police headquarters in the finance section. And I was commuting, and that once we purchased the farm, and I decided that I wanted to support my husband. Like he's always been a farmer, and his family's always farmed. So it just felt like the right thing for me to do is to support my husband. And then I became a mother once we moved to Esk a year later, and we welcomed Jacob. And then on there we had Georgia and Cooper. So why did I actually start interior decorating is a good question. Growing up, I sort of had felt that I didn't have a connection with myself. I didn't know how to connect with myself. I didn't know how to connect with others. And as I had homes, I started to realize that by styling my homes, I felt this connection with myself. I was able to feel free and happy and contentment. And so that's how I actually started decorating. Let me tell you, there is a difference between an interior designer and interior decorator.
I know, as soon as I said, I went, oh, my apologies.
That's all right. So I started to create spaces that reflected my my emotions I wanted to feel. So going on to that, then my friends actually started to ask me for some styling tips and all that sort of thing. So I never went into interior decorating with the idea of making it a business. It was also just mostly for me, and for me to have my internal world congruent with my external world as well.
Beautiful. So it sounds like it was a real expression and a reflection of your state of mind and state of being.
Absolutely. Yes. So that's how I become an interior decorator. And I'm self-taught. I haven't gone and you don't need a piece of paper to be an interior decorator. Trust me. It all comes from within.
Yeah.
I have, it's, an expression, the way I can express myself, and then I help my clients also express their way and how they want to feel within their home. So I'm just self-taught. I do a lot of research. I do a lot of reading. So
I love that. It sounds like it's quite an intuitive process for you then. Like it's that trusting your creative flair and your natural artistic abilities.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Not forced, just
no, because we all want needs, wants and desires within our home. So that's how I also connect with my clients and be able to bring out how they want to feel as well.
Yeah, so tell me a little bit more about that, how it works when you're working with someone else. Like, how do you help them to also have that experience that you initially had?
Mm. So mostly people that I connect with when they want to redesign their homes, it's mainly their living space or their bedroom. So they're two places that we most probably spend a lot of our time. So the initial thing is that we actually connect on a call, and then I sort of dig deep a little bit into, you know, what makes them and happy, what's their zen, you know, what colors they like, because, you know, colors play a huge part in our mood and our emotions as well. And then we sort of just go through what type of styles they might like. Some people have no idea what their style is, but at the end of the day, it's about creating that unique interior style that suits you and your needs, wants, and desires, and what your family needs as well.
Yeah, for sure. It was interesting. I saw one of your posts the other day that said, if you could start from scratch in your house, what style would you choose? And I kind of went, oh, I don't know. What, like, how do you articulate your style?
Yeah. And another thing is that when I connect with my clients, I actually say to them, go have a look in your wardrobe, because there's going to be colors, prints, textures, patterns that are going to reflect in your home as well. And because we're in there all the time, we sort of maybe don't see the resemblance from what we dress our bodies in to what we dress our homes in.
Yeah, no, now that you say that, I can see the transition of colors. So like, what are some examples of colors and moods?
Okay, so like blues, like you're wearing, is for more calm and tranquil, that you want to have that peace. So in my office, you won't see it, but my skirting around the top of my roof is red. I wanted to incorporate red into my office because red is like a high, vibrant energy color.
Yeah, cool.
And because that's where I am all the time, I want to keep my energy up. Whereas in my living room or in my bedroom, I have blues, and I have the more subtle, lighter colors that are going to create that peaceful tranquility feeling for us. You know, yellow is like sunshine and joy. So you know what I know that when I look at sunflowers, they give me joy and happiness. So that's the reflection that we want to bring into our home as well.
Yeah, for sure. So have you got an example of, you know, what you've done for a client, and, you know, where you've seen that transformation for them?
Yeah, sure.
Their ability to express.
Yeah, so I have done quite a few different redesigns and makeovers for people, but one of them was just recently where she was getting a new kitchen, and I didn't know at that point of time she was going to redeck her kitchen out. So she was more so like a Scandinavian. She wanted the light timbers and the light rugs, and just introduced like a green in, and that was in her living room. So she wanted to create that space that she could connect with as well. So in the process, I do all the research for my clients, and that from a shopping list to a room makeover design board. And then I set it out how they should set it up when they do it. And when she sent me the actual, the makeover, oh my goodness, you could just feel that she was so content with what she wanted, and she didn't have an idea of what she wanted to start with. So then when we started talking and we got around what she actually liked, and then she went and got the kitchen done, it all was a whole flow through of, same colors, textures.
So that sounds like it really helped to bed down what that kitchen should incorporate as well, so that it was beautiful spaces all around.
Absolutely.
That's awesome. Really cool. So you're obviously all online then. So how does that work?
Yeah, all online. I have done one face-to-face consult in my whole time of interior decorating. But yeah, online we connect through Zoom, as we do. And prior to the initial 30-minute home style strategy call, I get the potential client to send through just a couple of pictures of their space that they actually want to work on. And then I sort of study that. I do a little bit of thinking and a bit of research and that. And then when I get on, and so I have an idea by just looking at that area, what needs to be changed, how we can improve that space to suit the client. And then when we get on the call for 30 minutes, I sort of do a little bit of digging deep with them. And yeah, then I go away and I create this space for them. And yeah, it's just amazing to see the transformation. And it's just everything's done online on Zoom. So yeah, I don't need to step into your home physically and sort of help you and give you the guidance of what you need. Yeah.
Yeah, I can appreciate that. I get some amazing results just by working with people online.
Yeah.
You know, you can feel energy is universal, isn't it? Like you
It
don't
is.
have to physically sit in a space. If you get to have an exchange like this, you can learn a lot about a person.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So, as you know, the Compassionate Women's Health community that we're speaking within this morning, a lot of the women within the community have chronic illness, or they deal with medical interventions. So they might have to be recovering at home, or they might work at home because a normal 9-to-5 corporate job doesn't work for them. So have you got any thoughts around, what that might mean for them and their space? And, as you were saying, like it's that reflection, or what colors they might need to help pick them up, just any thoughts around that? I know that's a very broad question, but.
Okay. So obviously our homes are our safe haven. It's our port in the storm, so to speak. So creating that little sanctuary that's going to be able to help you with the process that you're actually going through, because it's such a precious and delicate time as well for your community. So it's about creating that space that is going to give us that calm and peace, because the outside world and what you guys are going through is so busy and stressful and overwhelming. So we want to create that space that's going to give us that cozy, that peaceful, the tranquility, the warmth that we desire to going through that process. So I would say find a spot in your home that you most probably spend a lot of time in, or if you have a spare room, to create your own little sanctuary. Most people resort to either their office or their bedroom. So, choose something that you're in most of the time, and introduce things that are going to make you feel happy as well, by putting in colors, or you can put throw cushions in, a rug, a patterned rug that's got some nice colors in that you can draw out on and put, artwork, or you can create, get fairy lights. We all love fairy lights.
So true. We do, don't we?
Yes. It's about creating that space that is going to reflect your mood, and like looking at your space there, Belinda, you've got that beautiful canvas picture behind you, and you feel that you're getting lost in there, and that's where you want to be drawn to. Like you can imagine that you're sitting there and just it's right in front of you, putting, like, you've got the blues and the turquoise, they're the tones that we want to incorporate, and bring in like your beiges that are more neutral and more grounding as well.
Yeah.
So
they're all my brand colors.
yes. Yeah.
The dark blue, the teal. Well, it's a kind of a mustardy beige, but yeah, it's the beige. I think I need some fairy lights in my console room.
Yes. Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's like that exquisite. It's like you know, maybe reflecting as a little girl as well, that you know, having every little girl's dream is these little fairy lights.
So funny you should say that. One of my strongest memories of visiting my uncle in LA as a young girl was seeing the trees along the avenue with the fairy lights around it. I was absolutely mesmerized by them.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. And also we know how we feel when we're out outdoors. So we need to also bring the outdoors indoors as well by putting plants, whether, you know, we can get so many different types of indoor plants and just putting them in like clusters of 3 and having them varied sizes. You know, it's about creating that space that's going to help you get through your process, or, you know, creating that safe haven for you.
Yeah. Yeah. So understanding what makes you happy and how can you bring a piece of that or pieces of that into, as you say, that sanctuary. I love it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you. Great advice.
You're welcome.
No, I'm just wondering if there was anything else. So was there anything else you wanted to make sure that we covered off on that I haven't asked you?
Look, I just think that we all need to have that safe haven that we can retreat to, because, you know, our worlds, and especially at this time, you know, with that horrible thing that's out there, and then if, you know, like we're in your community, that they're struggling, they're overwhelmed, they're stressed, they're going through this whole process. So it's about creating a peaceful and comfortable, happy place.
Yeah.
You know, I could appreciate that it's such a hard position to be in for most of your community.
Yeah.
That we just, need to create the space that's going to, you know, make us happy at that time.
Yeah, that's right. Because we do tend to isolate ourselves when we're going through struggles if we think that no one else understands. And so there's a lot more time spent at home rather than out socializing necessarily, because you tend to kind of hide away. So if you're going to do that, at least have a space that you love and really, really connect to. So beautiful. Thank you. So tell us, how can people work with you? How can the women within the community and beyond work with you, Sally?
Sure. You can connect with me through Facebook. So my personal profile, I have the Stylish Home Decorators business page, and we also have an amazing community group called the Stylish Home Decorators Network as well. So you can reach out to me in any of those Facebook pages.
I'll get you to put them in links in the comments of this.
Sure. Yeah,
that'd be amazing. Thank you.
And then I also would like to offer your community a 30-minute home style strategy call. So, you know, I don't go in these calls with the intent to get, you know, to get something out of it. The only thing I want out of these 30-minute home style strategy calls is to be able to help and serve and guide, you know, men and women to know that they can create a beautiful space. And it's just like with me, I can give you guidance, and there'll be different, you know, things that you wouldn't think of. Like had a styling spotlight the other day, and it's giving live coaching, you know, for 30 minutes within my group. And it was just a simple matter of turning a cube shelving over the other way, rearranging the different decorative accents that you've got within there, and just doing a different few placements. And it just gives you a whole new look. And you sort of think, wow, why didn't I think of that? So that's why I want to connect with people, to show them how simple and easy it is. You don't, you know, here I am, an interior decorator, but I don't like looking at these magazines, these interior decorating magazines, because it's not real. Like, who has those homes? Like, really? you know, I tell people that homes are meant to be lived in.
Yeah.
And it's about creating that unique interior style for you. You don't have to go out and spend money. We can shop in your home. I could guarantee you that you've got things in your living room or bedroom that you could chop and change around.
Yep.
And just gives you a whole new outlook. So, yeah, I'm not one for spending lots of money unnecessarily.
Yeah.
You know, there's things that we can do already in your home, you know, even getting a vase that you've had, you know, forever and a day, and just getting a can of spray paint and giving it a whole new different color. You know, there's things we can do.
Yeah, and that's that different perspective and that coaching that you can give, isn't it? To give that, because when you've been living in the same space, you lose that inspiration, don't you? So coming in, you'd be that fresh set of eyes to come in and kind of go, oh, have you thought about blah, blah, blah? Yeah, that's really cool. I love it. Nice one, Sally.
So if I can give your audience a tip, is that when you're looking at a space that you want to redesign, or you're not feeling that the mood's not there anymore, I know it sounds funny, but take a picture on your phone and actually have a look visually at it, because you know, that's like when I ask my clients to send me through pictures of their rooms, because you're not seeing it, you're in there every day.
Yep.
And then, but when you take a visual and you're actually looking at it, you can see what you need to change. You know, whether something just sort of, you know, like even your picture might need straightening up, and you can't see that unless you're looking at it visually. You know,
is mine?
Yours is pretty good. I've checked that out. And then also, if you're a business owner, like, or an entrepreneur like we are, and we do these lives, people, I know me, I look beyond the person as well to see what's in their background, and sort of, you know, that tells their little story too. So, you know, make sure that when you're doing lives, that you've got a nice little scenery set up behind you. Don't make it look cluttered. Saying that, behind this is just like two screen dividers. And I do have cube shelving, and it's nicely presented, but I want to create a simplicity, and that, you know, resembles what I am and who I am, what I do as well. So
yeah, good advice.
Yeah.
But wonderful. Thank you so much for your time this morning, Sally. It was so lovely to chat to you.
Welcome. Thank you for inviting me into this this beautiful community that you've created, and yeah, I'm sure that everybody is so blessed to have you in a part of them, and giving them guidance of what they need to do on their journey too.
Oh, thank you so much, Sally. You're such a beautiful soul. So if any of you want to have, you know, a coaching session with Sally, highly, highly recommend it. She's just got such a gorgeous nature. And I think if you need a fresh set of eyes on your home, please do reach out to Sally. Yeah, you won't regret it. Thank you again, Sally, and I'll see you all. I'm going to jump on a little bit later into the group because there's a couple of exciting announcements, but I won't take up this time. I'll do that separately.
How exciting.
Yeah.
I love announcements.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for having me, Belinda. It's been a pleasure talking with you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sally. Loved having you on. And now stop live stream. There we go.